I spent a good chunk of my 20s in therapy. Hard to believe, me, I seem so well adjusted. But anxiety is a real son of a bitch. I remember one day that my therapist said, "Hey, we talk about what makes you unhappy a lot. Let's talk about the things that make you happy for a little bit." And I told him I liked watching movies, stand-up comedy, and I loved playing video games. But as an adult, I probably shouldn't be playing video games anymore. It's just a waste of time. It didn't really do anything to progress me. And he told me that this feeling is pretty extensively, but not uniquely, American. To take something that makes you happy and have it make you sad. His prescription for me was to watch some movies and play some video games. Not all day, every day, but when I did it, to enjoy it. And now I'm a 40-year-old man that a couple times a week I sit down in front of my PlayStation and I play video games for an hour or two. I talk movies with my friends. I play Dungeons and Dragons. And I don't feel guilty about it at all. You have to make some time to enjoy the things you actually like. Why am I telling you all this? Because today, we are watching a Nicolas Cage movie. People ask me and Jason all the time, why Nicolas Cage? What is your obsession? It's not an obsession. It's just something that makes me happy. As far as I can tell, the guy's not very problematic. I mean, he does like to buy dinosaur skulls, which is a little weird, but he's not buying humans. That's great. I'm sure he's had his troubles, but, haven't we all? And I can't say that a single Nicolas Cage movie has bettered or enriched my life in any way, but I can tell you one thing. When I sit down and watch one of his movies, I allow myself to enjoy it. I would love to think that while you listen to this podcast, you too are enjoying doing something that doesn't profit you, something that doesn't invest in your future, just something that you can enjoy without any guilt. Anyway, welcome to You've Got Mails.
CJ, I'm telling you, he is an angel sent to earth. He's here for us during our most trying times. He's there to comfort us. He's here to teach us about life. And most importantly, teach us about love. All right, that's enough about Nicolas Cage. What movie are we doing today?
I can't even remember now.
Welcome to You Got Mails, everybody.
I thought you were talking about Andre Braugher.
I'm Jason. I'm here with CJ, also a saint. And today we are discussing a Nicolas Cage movie. 1998 City of Angels. It's about damn time, right? Thank you, Mr. Cage. You'd seen this before, huh?
A long time ago, to the point where I didn't remember any of it.
Did you remember Meg Ryan was in this?
No.
Yeah, I didn't know she was in it either. I was a little surprised. So it's like a heavy hitter in the rom-com, or this isn't really a comedy. It has its moments. Yeah, I know you like her. I wasn't sold on her when we did You've Got Mail, but maybe my opinions have changed. Maybe they haven't. I'd never seen this. I mean, as much as I say I love Nicolas Cage, I mean, the guy's made so many movies.
I remembered two things about this. Nicolas Cage, Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, and that song was written for this soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that song was everywhere for a couple, 3-4 months?
Oh, yeah. Iris. Yeah, I hadn't seen this. I as much as I say I love Nicolas Cage movies, there's so many. There's a lot I haven't seen, admittedly. So, this one slipped through the cracks, apparently. This isn't my wheelhouse when it comes to Nicolas Cage.
It's a romance movie.
But you can see that unhinged Nicolas Cage, like my preferred Nicolas Cage, is starting to come through in this one.
It happens.
And I love it. Like, he's walking that fine line between, like, I can get an Oscar nomination, and I also just bought a pyramid that I need to pay for. So, like, let me just take any role I can get and just pour myself into it and just go fucking crazy.
You ever hear of that, like, one for you, one for me thing when people were making movies?
Yeah.
You do one to make money and kind of get your name out there, and then you do one for yourself. Like, Nicolas Cage has spent the last 20 years doing them for himself. But this was one where he got to do those both. Yeah. In the same movie.
And this is
like halfway through this movie, they're just like, let's rip the fucking Band-Aid off and Nic Cage the hell out of this.
And it's actually true because he had done, I think, The Rock and another like big kind of like action, one of his like action franchises.
Con Air.
Previous to this. And he wanted to do something a little more dramatic, and he wanted to get into something that was like, he didn't want to get typecast as an action star, so he did pick this movie for him. This was a one for me kind of situation.
See?
Let's talk about it. 1998, City of Angels, focuses on an angel named Seth, played by Nicolas Cage.
Heck yeah.
And a doctor named Maggie, played by Meg Ryan.
And a lot of other angels hot take on this, are angels just pigeons?
It sure seemed like it, didn't it?
They should have just thrown a scene in where they looked over, in 1 second there were a bunch of angels, looked over again, there were a bunch of pigeons, because they acted like pigeons.
But the movie starts out, we'll get into the weird angel activities in this movie, because it is strange. They all look like they walked out of the Matrix. Start out in a bedroom, a child's bedroom, with this mom crying. You're hearing her thoughts. She's not actually speaking, but you can hear her saying, "Oh, temperature's like 104. This is bad. I got to draw a bath." We cut to the bedside, and there's Nicolas Cage just like sitting.
Dude, do you ever have like 104, 105 fever?
I'm sure I have.
It is bad.
Remember it.
I remember the doctor explained to me once I had 104 fever, and it was immediately like you had to, like, a lot of IVs and stuff.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, your brain is a chunk of meat. And you just turn the heat up on a chunk of meat.
Yeah.
It's like
cooking.
you are cooking inside of your own skull. And that's why you don't remember shit like that.
Yeah, because I don't. I mean, I'm sure I have. But he's sitting bedside, and we find out that he's an angel, so no one can see him. But the little girl kind of like recognizes him and can see him. Cut to the hospital hallways where she's getting rolled down the hallway on a gurney. And, doctors are getting IVs ready. It's real frantic. And he's just walking next to the gurney, kind of giving her like a smile. She's staring right at him. The mom says something to the effect like that she said she saw a man. So the girl can see him. Like the little girl can see him. Yeah,
there's like very loose rules around when and who can see angels. This one gave me a little bit of a Meet Joe Black vibe. He's behind the blurry window, about to take a soul.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, Andre Braugher says later, like, the only people that can see them are people that are about to die or delusional people. Like crazy people. Which, why they get to see angels, I don't understand.
But there's multiple shots in this movie where they don't really reference it, but, like, a kid will be walking by and
kids can see him.
Staring at them.
Kids can see him all the time. The little girl dies. So we start this movie out with a child death, like really just ramping it up, right? Like they're tugging at your heartstrings, like right out of the gate.
How'd you handle this? Because I know you couldn't make it past the first, 15 minutes of John Wick because the dog bites it.
I don't give a shit about people.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry, like, this is a hot take. Like, you can kill a kid on camera and it doesn't bother, like, I obviously care about...
Yeah. It's obviously not a real kid.
I care about people in real life. Like, but for some reason, like, anytime an animal is hurt on screen, I just can't do it. But, like, you can blow up a school bus full of nuns. I don't give a shit. Like, but she ends up, like, standing next to Nicolas Cage, like, watching herself die. Just has to be rough for a kid. She handles it pretty well, though. And she's like... what's going on? What about my mom? And he's like, oh, she'll figure it out eventually. Like like essentially saying like someday she's going to die too. And then she'll realize and, you'll all be together. One big happy family.
Yeah.
And they go walking off down a hallway and he likes to ask people when he escorts them off their mortal coil, what did you like best about being alive? And this little girl says pajamas.
Which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is. I mean, she's like 5. So I mean, what is there to like,
The kind with the feet.
Yeah. You know what sucks? I'm like 6'6". I can't get footy pajamas. They don't make them my size.
You can. They're going to cost a large amount of money.
This is like custom made pajamas. Although I don't think I'd like them anyway because I don't like wearing stuff on my feet. But that's for a different podcast, I guess.
We're not a foot podcast. I've made that clear, Jason.
Seth and his angel buddy, played by Andre Braugher.
Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
In this movie...
Rest in peace.
In this movie, his name is Cassiel.
Yes.
And he's got a cool angel name, unlike Seth.
Seth is sort of an angel name.
Is Seth a weird name? Because at one point, Meg Ryan is like, what kind of name is Seth anyway? And I'm like, it's a common fucking name.
I didn't look this up, but that sounds like it could be biblical.
Yeah, it could be. But they're sitting in, like, there's all these scenes of them. They like to hang out in weird places. But I guess if you're an angel, like, you can just sit anywhere you want.
So I said, are they pigeons?
So,
They're
like,
constantly on rooftops looking at shit.
Yeah.
They're like hanging out on overpass signs.
yeah,
Like they're just
like
doing it.
billboards. They're just sitting, and they like to sit high up. Apparently, this is like their thing. Like this.
You ever see pigeons on the side of a building?
Yeah.
There's no food up there. What are
No,
they doing? They're doing angel shit.
That's true. But they're talking about humans, and he tells Cassiel that the little girl liked pajamas, and he talks about, like, do you ever wonder what it would be like to feel touch? Like, angels can't feel anything. They can touch. They can physically interact with things in the world. They can move things. They can touch a person. They can...
Yes.
They can, but they just can't feel anything.
Basically, their senses are all either gone or severely muted.
Yeah. They just can't feel anything. Then we get like these big sweeping shots of LA, and this is what you're talking about. This is like kind of like an angel montage, but they're literally like, they'll just be like 6 or 7 of them on a sidewalk hanging out. There's like 10 of them on the side of a building. They're on top of Dodger Stadium. They're just everywhere. Yeah. Like everywhere you are, there's angels around.
Sometimes they make it a real point of showing them their center frame. Sometimes it's like 2 characters are talking, and if you look real hard in the background, there's just an angel hanging out on like a fire escape.
Yeah, they're just everywhere. And we get like a scene of like kind of what they do, like what their job is almost, because there's an air traffic control center where, you know, these people are sitting at different consoles, like landing the planes at the airport, and Nicolas Cage and Andre Braugher are kind of walking through, looking over people's shoulders, and they can hear everyone's thoughts. Like if you're an angel, you can hear everyone's thoughts as they're thinking them. And this guy is like thinking about like his credit card debt, and he's trying to figure out how he's going to pay off his credit card. And Nicolas Cage like gently touches his shoulders, and the guy like snaps to and realizes like there's a plane about to hit another plane or something, and he's like, oh shit, and he fixes it, and he's like, oh man, I got.
They are there to like nudge things into happening and shuffle people off this mortal coil.
Yeah. And then, like, at the end of the day, they all go to the beach, which last week there was a lot of beach walking. You weren't kidding.
Yeah.
Every sunrise and every sunset, the angels all gather on a beach in a big flock, if you will.
So if you're going to get into some evil shit and you didn't want angels interrupting you,
do it sunrise and sunset. Yeah. And it's never really explained why they do this, aside from the fact that at one point, I think they say that they can hear a song when the sun sets.
Yes.
Like, it's basically like just a little concert for them, I guess.
Yeah, they hear the music of God.
Okay. I'll buy it. I just like to think it's just the Goo Goo Dolls. Like, it's the sunsets.
Just every day they go out there and it's like, I don't want the world to see me.
But him and Andre Braugher are talking about humans a little bit more, and, you know, he talks about the little girl, how she asked for wings, and how she wanted to become an angel, and he couldn't. You know, it's not how angels work. You know, we aren't human. We were never human. Like we're more than that. We're like celestial beings. Then we meet Meg Ryan. She plays Maggie Rice.
Heck yeah!
And she's biking on her way to work, and she rolls up to the hospital.
My first line on here. She bikes in the most dangerous way possible. First thing I wrote about her, I was like, she's going to die biking.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
But she's almost like, when I first saw her, I thought maybe she was a bike messenger, because like it was that kind of like weaving in and out of traffic, like, you know, reckless abandon as she's riding. But it seems like maybe she was just late for work. She gets in, she gets prepped for surgery, and they tell her that the patient wants to meet her. And she comes in, and the guy's like real out of it. He's had like a heart condition, a heart attack. They're doing a bypass. And he says he wants to meet her, but then she goes in and they just have like a really weird staring contest. Like he just stares at her, no words are spoken. Seems to just make her really uncomfortable, which if I was, you know, about to have heart surgery, I wouldn't want to freak out my doctor. But this guy didn't seem to mind.
I mean, but you'd also want your doctor to think of you as human. You know, I think that was kind of what he's aiming for.
I don't know
he's
if
like,
I
take
do.
a good look at me. I like to breathe and think about shit.
I don't know if I do want that.
No?
Like, I just want to be like...
Just another cog in the wheel.
This is your job. Like, just, you do your job well. Like, do your job.
Look, you put the implant in, then just send me home. I don't even want you to know my name.
Yeah, because if you think about me as a human and the fact that I have a family and people that I care about and that I love, like, that might make you a little nervous when you got my chest ripped open.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'd prefer to just be like
just another chest.
Another name on the docket for the day. Like, I don't know. But they do the surgery, and everything goes smoothly.
2 things during the surgery. One, they're playing Jimi Hendrix's Red House, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
One of the first Hendrix. I think it is the first Hendrix we've had on this podcast.
Probably.
One of my favorites. 2, every movie that I've ever seen with an active surgery scene, they are listening to music. Why the fuck is that?
I mean, don't you like to listen to music when you're woodworking?
No, actually.
Oh, really?
I have it as a rule. If you were... I will sometimes put music on the loudspeaker. You're not allowed to wear any headphones in my wood shop. Anything like that.
That makes sense.
If you're working with table saws, I want you to be 100% in the moment.
Okay.
Do not zone out, such as when you're working on my heart. Be 100%
right. See,
in
like
that
I
moment.
feel like I like to have music on when I'm working, so like it just it relaxes
Yeah,
me.
I mean, like now,
it focuses me, it centers me. Like
I do a lot of typing now, and I won't lose a thumb if I type wrong.
Yeah.
So like I will listen to music now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. If you're in my heart, I don't want you to listen to music. Feeling that groove.
I am in your heart, CJ.
That's true. Do you hear that music at dawn?
But the surgery goes successfully. She goes out into like the little wash up room, and all of a sudden, like all the alarms start blaring. This guy starts flatlining, and the doctors come back in and get her, and so they have to open him back up. They're hitting him with the paddles, and she's like frantically trying to save this guy. And Seth is there the entire time, like watching over the surgery because this guy is about to.
Yeah, he's there for a reason.
Yeah, he's about to die. But he he's in the actual room, like right next to the operating table, like just staring at Maggie. And she looks up and there's almost like a look of recognition, which in my mind, she didn't actually see him. Because had she have seen just a man in a black trench coat in the operating room a foot away from her on the other side of the operating table, there would have been some kind of fucking reaction.
Yes.
Like, somebody get this guy out of here.
It'd have been great if across the room she was just looking at her Hot Pocket turning in the microwave or something.
There has to have been like something behind her, but to Seth, like she's looking right at him. So they have this like eye contact where he like looks into her eyes. And then we see that the man is like standing next to Seth out in the hallway. So he has passed away. Maggie has to go into the waiting room and let the family of this guy know that he passed away. It was like a pretty sad scene.
Yeah.
Because the wife gets up and, first of all, this is like a very 1998 situation where she's like, where's the doctor? And Meg Ryan's like, I am the doctor. Like, women can doctor too, ma'am.
She's like, I'm sorry. She's like, it happens constantly. Don't worry about it.
She's like, oh, well, how did the surgery go? Is he going to be okay? And she's like, no. He didn't make it, and then the whole family like breaks down, and they're like bawling and embracing and crying. Meg Ryan's just kind of standing there, their eyes are welling up with tears, and then she goes off and finds herself a nice stairwell to cry in, and Seth is there, like right in her face. This is like a theme throughout the entire movie. This guy is way too close to people at all times. Like,
oh yeah,
like it's weird and creepy, and he is just like an inch from her face, like watching her cry, and you can hear her thoughts, like what went wrong, everything went fine, like. What could I have done different? And she's like really struggling with the fact that, you know, she did everything right and this guy still died. He sees her and he sees like a tear on her face and he like touches her face, but she can't feel it. He can't feel it. Like, you know.
Yeah. Probably just nudged her in the direction of doing something better in life. Yeah. That's what seems to happen when they touch people.
Yeah. And it's like a calming thing too. Like I think like he has a way to like calm you down.
Yeah, like he touches her and she's like, I should call my dad.
We get a scene of Seth and Cassiel in like a convenience store. And he's asking Cassiel, like, have you ever been seen before? And this is where he tells him, you know, the only people that can see us are people that have died or crazy, basically. And he's like, well, she saw me. I want her to see me. And he says, why? Because I can help her. Like, I feel like I can help.
This is so they witness a stick up here.
Yeah, there's an armed
Did you
robbery.
recognize the stick up man?
No, who was it?
This dude's name is Rainbow Borden.
Okay.
He also plays a carjacker in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, that's all I have.
Him and Nicolas Cage friends. But yeah, there's an armed robbery, and they kind of diffuse the situation. Because I think it's Cassiel calms down the robber so he doesn't do anything stupid. And Seth goes up and gives the guy at the register like a nice little back massage. It's
goofy. It's almost like one of those plays where everything freezes in time and one character is unfrozen.
Yeah.
Like they're just kind of weird Vulcan mind melding these guys that are trying to kill each other.
I'm not an actor, obviously. I think it would be very hard to act with like Nicolas Cage, like giving you like a weird shoulder massage, but having to act like he's not really there. Because this happens a lot in this movie where he's right up on somebody and they're just supposed to be doing some mundane task, or not so mundane, like surviving a stick up.
Yeah.
But you're acting and you've just got Nicolas Cage breathing in your ear, like while you're trying to do it.
I can't act with this erection.
Oh, goodness. Maggie goes into the hospital the next day to get prepped for surgery, and they're carrying a bunch of stuff out, and she finds out that she had a procedure set up for that day, and they've decided to cancel it because of what happened. They don't blame her for what happened, but they feel like she needs to get her mental state a little more right, like doesn't think like the day after a guy died on her table that she should be doing a surgery.
Do you get who this guy was, her boyfriend?
I knew the name, but I'm not sure who he is.
His name's Comfior.
Yeah.
He is also the doctor in a little movie called Face Off.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah,
is he really?
He's the guy he's the lead doctor that takes the faces.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just called this guy Dr. Boyfriend in my notes. I don't know what his name. Yeah, I don't know what his name really is.
It was like Duncan or Doogie.
I think it's Jordan.
Or Jordan.
I think it's
like
Jordan,
that.
but I'm going to refer to him as Dr. Boyfriend throughout the podcast. But he comes in and tells her, everything's fine. Like, and then Seth is there in the room too, and he kind of sees that there's a relationship between the two of them. It's kind of like disheartening for him. And then we see that what angels do in their downtime is they just like live in the library.
Kind of weird, right?
Well, they were like ahead of their time. This was like audiobooks before there were audiobooks. Like he was, I mean, there probably were audiobooks at this point, but before there was like streaming and podcasts and things of this nature, they would just hang out at the library because they can hear everybody's thoughts. Mm-hmm. So as people are just reading books to themselves, like they'll just sit next to a person and just listen to them read a book because they really have no other form of entertainment, I don't think.
I didn't even get that. That's what they are doing.
Yeah,
right?
they're reading.
Because every time they're in the library, there are at least 36 angels.
Well, more, because whenever they look down through that like spiral staircase, every like window is lined with them. Like they live in the library. Seth at one point says, "I live in the library."
So this movie came out in 1998, about 9 months before The Matrix. So The Matrix was already well into filming at this point. Mm. Do you think the Wachowskis saw this movie and were like,
we need to turn the trench coats up to 11.
Yeah, like our entire aesthetic is in this movie right here. Because, like, we even said, I mean, they act like pigeons, but they're dressed like Neo. Every single one of these guys is wearing a long black trench coat. Yeah. It is.
And this was before there was such a negative connotation with long black trench coats. Now I watch it and I was like, these guys are all up to something.
Oh, this is true. This is about 4 or 5 months before Columbine.
Yeah. But now, like, if you're like a grown man wearing a long black trench coat, like, I just assume you're either up to no good or you're some kind of weird, like...
or there's nothing on under that trench coat.
There's some kind of weird neckbeard incel that's like...
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, back then it was wholesome. This was cool.
Hell yeah, it was.
Right? We're just like the last little bit of when trench coats were cool. We cut back to the hospital and we meet Dennis Franz, who I loved in this movie. He's probably my favorite character in this entire movie. He plays...
Not in any other Nicolas Cage movies. I looked hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He plays Mr. Messenger. I don't know if... I'm sure he has a first name, but I never caught it.
I don't believe so. Yeah, I don't think they ever said.
But he is eating a pint of Ben & Jerry's in his hospital bed. And
as you do?
Yeah. And his wife comes in, and he hides it because he's there for some kind of heart procedure, and he shouldn't be eating Ben & Jerry's ice cream. And then Maggie comes in, and we find out that this is the guy who was supposed to have the procedure, and they pushed it back because of her issue the day before. She's
got the, what do they call it in sports? The yips.
Yeah, but
she's got the yips. She's in her own head.
Yeah, but I don't know if she really is. And, like, I don't know if she did anything to, like, give anybody this impression.
No, I like the idea that this guy's name's Messenger. Like, the whole idea is not to kill him. Like, they're trying not to kill the messenger.
Oh, yeah. I also like the fact that, I mean, we'll get into it, but like it has other meanings too, because at some point Seth tells Maggie he's a messenger. These angels are messengers.
Yes.
And this is going to play a role. But Maggie comes in, she busts him on the Ben & Jerry's. Like the spoon falls out from under his sheet first, and the whole pint of ice cream falls out. And she's basically like, listen, like you're in here for like a heart surgery. Like if you keep eating like this, like there's no point in even doing the surgery. She's walking through the hospital halls and she sees Messenger's wife. And she avoids him and she like ducks into an elevator. And Seth is following her, but it seems like he can't go into the elevator. Apparently angels can't take elevators. So he goes to like walk in the door and he has to stop when it shuts in his face. she comes out the next level and he's right there. He can just like teleport to wherever she's at.
Yes.
It's like right in her face again.
Yeah, he can appear and reappear with a thought, as at some point somebody says.
Yeah, he traveled the speed of thought.
Yes.
She's walking through like the neonatal unit, like maybe not even neonatal. It's like the kids unit of the hospital because there's like kids of all varying ages. And she walks up to this glass window with like little kid handprints on it, like done in paint. And she puts her hand up on the window. And then Seth is right across in the other room, like touching her hand through the window, just staring fucking daggers in her eyes again, just right in her face.
Catch the pregnant lady in the background?
What Nicolas Cage movie was she in?
This one's going to blow your mind. Because they don't show her face.
Okay.
It's just the pregnant belly. This is Elizabeth Shue from the movie Leaving Las Vegas. The other star.
I did see that. I didn't know she was in that scene. I know she's in like the black and white memories later on.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah,
maybe that's
because
where
they show a big pregnant belly. And then she goes to visit.
But yeah, she was in Leaving Las Vegas.
She was.
I got a page, man.
Then she goes to visit like the actual babies, like the newborn babies. And she just sits down in the middle of all of them. And it just seems like it calms her and relaxes her. And then her nurse friend Anne comes in, who's actually in charge of this area of the hospital.
Can I just say something?
Sure.
Because, like, you know, it is awesome. She's a female fucking surgeon. Like, that's a high power thing.
Yeah.
Would it be weird if it was a guy that just went to go sit in the middle with all the babies? Like, if she was a guy. Not
if she was a doctor at the hospital or he was a doctor at the hospital.
Like, if you walked
I wouldn't
in
be
and you were
weirded out
just
by
like,
that.
what are you doing in here? And I was like, I don't know, then the babies make me feel all right. You know, like,
I think that'd be fine. I mean, maybe don't say it like that.
Okay.
But I feel like it would be okay.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's a more of a me thing that makes it weird.
Babies make me feel good. Sir, you have to leave.
You are not welcome at this Chuck E. Cheese.
But there's one baby that's crying, and Anne goes over and picks it up, and Maggie's like, What's wrong with this one? And she's like, oh, we found this baby in the dumpster behind a Waffle House, basically.
Yeah.
I think she calls it like the House of Pies, but Waffle House just sounds better. And it never stops crying.
Which is also, for our foreign listeners, a place where you will find babies in dumpsters.
Yeah. She's like, the baby never stops crying. And so Maggie's like, do you mind if I check the baby out? And she does like checks its heart and suggests like maybe getting it like an ultrasound or something because maybe there's a murmur. You know, she's like trying to help out with the crying baby.
Yeah. Doctor's got a doctor.
And Anne asks her, like, what are you doing down here anyway? And she's like, I'm hiding from a patient's wife. And she talks about how she lost the patient the day before. And, like, this woman is, you know, looking to her to save her husband and make sure the procedure goes okay. And she, like, doesn't know what to say anymore because she feels like, she says, do you ever feel like none of this is in your hands anymore? Because I did everything I could to save this guy. Everything went right. Everything was perfect. He died anyway. So it makes me feel like there's something bigger out there than us, and like what I'm doing doesn't even matter. And then she leaves there and she goes out into the hallway and she actually sees Seth, like he's visible to her now, which they play fast and loose with the rules of this movie. Like you said, like babies can see them, like sometimes she can see him, sometimes she can't.
At one point,
he determines
Brower says, if you want to be seen, you'll be seen.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you always?
It is very.
Why wouldn't you always be? It'd be a lot easier if you were not always seen, but I don't know. Like,
yeah, there are.
It'd make things a little more
times.
interesting. You wouldn't have to go to the library and just listen to people think all the time. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it seems strange. She asks him if he's a visitor, and he, I don't know. Everything about this man. I love Nicolas Cage. You know, I love Nicolas Cage.
I'm right there with you.
Every interaction she has with this guy screams run away. Like, he is so creepy, and for some reason she is just infatuated with this guy. Because she's like, are you a visitor? And he was like, sorta. And she's like, well, who are you here to visit? And he's like, you. And I'm
this is, like you just said, love this guy.
Yeah.
He's not exactly gorgeous.
No, he's not.
He's not, like, he
was voted sexiest man alive, I think, one year, though.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
On pure intensity.
The 90s were different. I mean...
I don't see it where, like... Okay, if I was walking down the hall and, who's the guy that played Ken?
Ryan Gosling?
If Ryan Gosling turned around and started acting all creepy, I'd be like, all right, this guy gets the sexy pass.
Yeah.
Like, he can be a little creepy because he's good looking.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I didn't get what made her go all Shape of Water in the tub after this.
People have gotten better looking as the years have gone on. Like, every movie star now is like an attractive person. And I don't want to say they've gotten better looking, but I feel like we've kind of ushered the unattractive people out of acting, at least out of like major motion pictures. Like, Dennis Franz would not be in a movie today. Like, these guys aren't. Dennis Franz looks like a guy you'd run into like on the South Side and have a beer with. Like, he looks like a real person. Like, actors don't look like real people anymore. So at this point in time, Nicolas Cage was a heartthrob.
Okay, I can see this.
Yeah, but then people have progressively gotten either better looking or we've just weaned out the less attractive people, and we aren't giving them the roles anymore.
We got a 4-uggo limit on this movie.
but he's talking about, like, he says, like, don't you need a visitor? Aren't you in despair? And then she talks about how, like, her patient died, and he's like, it wasn't your fault. He is living, just not in the way you think. And she's like really just kind of like splooshing for this guy, even though he's creepy as shit. And she says, you better get out of here or, you know, security's going to come and put you in the psych ward because you're acting a little crazy, but I'm into it.
Yeah.
And she turns around and then turns back and he's just gone. Like he disappears. He does this a few times where he gone. He vanishes. He also like called her by her name and she says like, how do you know my name? And he points at her name badge. And then after this interaction, she goes into the locker room and she starts getting ready to leave and she takes off her name badge and realizes like her first name's not on it.
Yes.
So creepier still that he knows who she is.
I'm going to take it on the idea that his like presence is so angelic
and comforting
that it's yes.
Yeah.
That it's kind of overwhelming her her ability to look at this and go, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like he's going to eat me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They end up having the surgery for Mr. Messenger and he's watching over it. And her thoughts, all she's thinking about is him. Well, she's singing like the Band-Aid theme song, like from the Band-Aid commercials. And in between that, she's like, I just really want Seth's number. And I'm like, you met this guy like one time in a hallway and he's creepy as shit.
Because he says that he's Mr. Messenger's friend, just to not be weird, I guess. And she does say like, oh, I got to keep this guy alive to get his number.
Yeah. But the surgery's a success. And then we see her in the bathtub. Like thinking about Seth and like having thoughts about Seth, and he is just in a chair, like right next to her, like watching her bathe. It's so creepy. Of course, she can't see him at this point. Like he gets to pick and choose when he's visible. So when he's going to watch her bathe.
This is you know that old question, would you rather fly or be invisible? Like, because they make a point that they can't fly.
They certainly can't.
But he sure go invisible and he gets all kinds of weird with it.
Yeah, he does get weird with it. Then she goes to sleep, and we find out she has a good boy. She has a big good boy.
Oh, yeah.
His name's Ernie. He's a big, like, golden retriever type dog. She wakes up in the middle of the night. It's a theme. We hear it a lot that she can't sleep. She has a problem sleeping. So she wakes up at 3:30 in the morning, and she looks on her nightstand, and there's an Ernest Hemingway book, The Movable Feast, or A Movable Feast. And it's a book that Seth was listening to an old man read at the library. So he's obviously brought her a book and left it on her nightstand.
More fast and loose with the rules. Like, he hasn't been able to touch anything. But
he can. He can touch things. He just can't feel it.
Okay, so he just brought her this. I guess he was not. You know what? Not going to look too hard into it.
She's in the bath. There's just an Ernest Hemingway book floating through the bedroom. Can't see him, but the book's there.
Oh.
So she like wakes up in the night, like starts to read the book. She takes it to Dr. Boyfriend, who's out playing basketball on the roof of the hospital. And she's like, oh, you left this book at my house? And he's like, I didn't leave that book at your house. And she's like, okay, weird. Like, I'm going to go to the library and get this figured out. So she goes to the guy at the desk and asks if he can find out who took the book out. And he goes, no, but I can find out when they took it out. Give me like 5 minutes. So she walks off. And Seth shows up, like, while she's looking at books.
Yeah.
And, you know, he says, it's nice to see you again. And she's like, it's weird to see you again. Like, what are you doing here? Do you come to the library a lot? And he says, I live here.
But he says it also in a way like, man, do you just live at that library? Or like when people are like, do you just live at Taco Bell? Like that's just there a lot. Yeah.
No, to me, he says it like I live here. Like I don't have a home. I live in this library.
I got it more like college kid. Like, yeah, I lived in the library.
No, I got a creepy like I live here. Like, again, this is a red flag. You should not be talking to this guy. And then she says, you live here. What do you do for a living? And he goes, I'm a messenger of God.
That's where it gets weird.
And she's like, okay. He said, and then she kind of talks about how she she's having a bit of a crisis of faith, and she doesn't know like what to believe anymore. And he tells her to close her eyes, and he picks up her hand, and he moves her hand. He's touched. He can move things physically, and he kind of runs his finger across her palm, and he says, "What am I doing right now?" And she goes, "You're touching me.
You're turning me on."
She goes, "You're touching me," and he goes, "How do you know?" And she goes, "I can feel it." And he says, "Well, sometimes you just got to trust that. Like if you can feel it, like you just got to trust what you feel." And he says, "Let's go somewhere."
And sploosh.
Yeah, she goes, "Let's go somewhere." And she asks what he wants to do, and he goes, "It doesn't matter. Like, just go do anything." And as they leave the library, like, this is what I was talking about. Like, 100 angels are, like, around all the balconies, like, to look down the stairwell and are just watching them leave.
Like, is this a normal thing? Can we do this?
Yeah, right.
Why is he doing this?
They end up going produce shopping, and then they end up eating some pears, and he's asking her, like, what does it taste like? Describe what it tastes like, because he can't taste anything. And she's
this line got me, man.
What?
When she's like, "Don't you know what a pear tastes like?" And he goes, "I want to know what a pear tastes like to you." And I was like, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Take my pear right now, son.
I was just glad it wasn't a peach.
Oh, yeah. A lot of good fruits lately in our movies.
Yeah. Then they go back to the hospital, and she's talking about like how she got in to meet a doctor, and she's looking at a microscope, and she takes a sample of her blood, and she shows him in the microscope, and she goes, these are the cells. This is everything I'm made up of. That's all I am. And he goes, well, if you believe that, then you believe when these cells die, then you do too. And she says she doesn't know if she believes that because like she believes there's something bigger out there, like bigger than us, because of what had happened. And then he starts talking about why do people cry? Like he doesn't understand anything. Doesn't know what a peach tastes like. Doesn't know or a pear tastes like. Doesn't know why people cry. And she explains to him like the physiological science behind crying.
I'm not gonna rehash the same discussion we had during Meet Joe Black, but isn't this guy like immortal and has been around for thousands of years? Like you think he'd pick up a thing or two by now?
Oh yeah,
like he'd understand how to human a little bit.
Yeah, he does. He has no fucking idea.
Yeah, like I've never been a dog, but I'm pretty sure if I woke up in a dog's body tomorrow, I'd get it. I'd know what to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. She gets like she gets a beep on her pager and looks at it and it's like, oh, this is serious. I need you to stay here.
1995's calling.
And she runs out. And Mr. Messenger is having like a little mini attack, but he ends up being fine. And then Seth is there, but she can't see him. And he kind of puts his hand on Messenger's chest and comforts him. And everybody else leaves the room. And then Messenger is like, I can't see you, but I know you're there. Like he can sense Seth. This freaks Seth out a little bit. And he's like, you can tell him I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm not ready to die. Like, tell your boss to fuck off. Like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
She gets back to her apartment, and Dr. Boyfriend is there, and he's packed a bag for her, and he was supposed to be there. She forgot about it. She got sidetracked with Seth, and she tells him, I ran into this guy, which is very strange, because she's just like, ran into this guy. He took me out for lunch. Like, we talked a lot. We hung out. And he asks, like, what did you and your friend talk about? And she's just like, death. He's like, okay, that's weird, but all right. Who is this fucking guy?
Yeah.
But he's got like a bag packed for her, and he wants to go to Tahoe, and he wants to take her camping and hiking for like a weekend. And she's like, I can't, like I have things going on. I don't want to leave. And she goes, why don't we just try staying here and just being with each other? She's like, just look at me and like stare at me for a while. Cause this is what she's into, is just guys creepily staring at her from 6 inches away.
Yeah.
And this does it for her, because like then they go off and you get the impression they're about to canoodle.
Yeah.
And Seth's there the whole time, just watching. Like, he's standing against the wall in the kitchen, and he sees them walk off together, and he's like, oh, man.
He's taking notes.
Yeah. He's like, well, I guess I'm going to go watch this now.
Oh, she likes the clockwise motion. Okay.
Yeah. But then I get the impression, like, he didn't stick around for that, because he ends up back in Mr. Messenger's room, and Mr. Messenger starts talking to him, and he's like, how come you're hanging around my room if I'm not dying? He says, like, show me yourself, because I know you're there. And he does. He, like, presents himself to him. And he says, why are you hanging out here if I'm not dying? He's like, is it the doctor? He's like, oh, she is cute. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get why you're doing this.
And he takes a mean shot at her boobs.
Yeah, he says she's not very big in the chest.
Yeah, I was like, all right, chill out, bro.
Yeah, it seemed odd. And Seth is like, how can you see me? Like, what is going on here? Because you obviously know some things. And he says, all right. He said, you ready to deal? I can answer all your questions. So he gets him to take him to, like, a greasy spoon diner. And
hell yeah.
Dennis Franz just loves to eat in this movie. Like, he's just so excited. He's ordering everything off the menu, like French toast, bacon, eggs, all of it. And he tells him that, like, he used to be an angel and now he's a human. Like, this guy was where Seth was at. And he tells him that, I fell in love with somebody here on Earth. You can choose the same thing. Like, we have free will. All you have to do is fall from heaven, and you can become a human.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells him, like, tells him a little bit about a story. Like, he works on skyscrapers because when he came to, and like this is like a situation which they don't really touch on, but you come to as a human, you don't have a social security number, you don't have a place of residence, you don't have anything. Like, how do you get a job? He got a job working construction on skyscrapers because he was like, I like heights. Like, I've never had a problem with heights because of what we are. And like, I like my job. I'm good at it.
Yeah, at one point during this scene, they leave the diner and they're both sitting out on like a steel girder on a construction site. And
yeah.
For a second, I was like, okay, well, they're just pigeons. And then I was like, oh, shit, he's actually human. Like, he should not be out there. He's in like his hospital shit still.
yeah. He asks him if they still meet at the beach every morning. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, I want to go. So they go, and they're standing there together. I don't want world to leave me. And Nicolas Cage is like, can you hear it? And he looks kind of sad. He's like, no, I can't hear it anymore. But then, like, he turns his back on him for a minute. He turns around. We just get, like, Dennis Franz's bare ass just trucking into the ocean. And he's like, I can't hear it, but I bet you can't feel this. And he gets in the water. And
this one started out with a little blurb at the top that said, like, rated for nudity. And I was like, oh, shit, does Meg Ryan get naked? Nope.
You get Dennis Franz's ass.
Yeah, and then we get even more later.
Yeah. But Nicolas Cage, like, gets in the water with him and they swim in the ocean. And then we get a scene of Cassiel and Seth sitting on top of, like, this giant Marlboro Man billboard. It's the worst green screen. This movie has some of the worst green screen. I get it was 1998, but none of it looked good. Like, it just looked so fake. They're sitting on top of this giant billboard, and he's telling him about falling to Earth and becoming human. And Cassiel asks him, like, what are you waiting for? Like, if you want to do it, do it. He's got no problem with it. Maggie's out walking the dog in the park, and of course Seth shows up. This guy, he's a stalker. Like, there's no
way around it.
She should be seeing this guy and being like, well, how is this guy finding me everywhere I am?
Mm-hmm.
But he asks her, like, she's like, oh, what are you doing here? And he tells her that he can talk to her dog. Like, he can understand he hears dog's thoughts too.
I can't believe he'd give up that power to be with a woman. Like, I'd give to be able to tell what my cats are thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Which probably not great. It's probably just
after
like,
you got
feed
that
me
wish,
or I kill you while you sleep.
Yeah, after you got that wish, you'd wish you could go back. And he asks her about her boyfriend. Do you love him? And he says, what is love? And she tries to explain to him, like, a very scientific version of what love is. And she's like, you know what? I'm full of crap. She's like, I wait all day just hoping for one more minute with you, and I don't even know you. And then she starts, like, asking him, like, what are you? Like, are you homeless? Are you married? I'm so confused. And then she goes, are you a drummer? Which I thought was a funny line.
That's a great line. Yeah. Drummers are weird, man.
Yeah. And she says, why don't you ever touch me? And I'm like, he did, like, in the library. He touched you. So.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't want to hurt you. And he kisses her. And he goes, did you feel that? Or she says, did you feel that? And he looks, like, sad, like he didn't. And I think she takes this as, like, there's no spark there.
Yeah.
Because she gets upset. And she's like, I'll see you around. And she just walks off. And the next 30 seconds, he's there. Like, it's like, I'll see you around. And he's there at the party that they just discussed going to.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, like, they're having a, like, going home party for Mr. Messenger. He's out of the hospital. And in the park, she's like, oh,
This looked like a great party, too.
It did.
Like, I would love to hang out at this one.
She says, your friend's having a party. Are you going? And he's like, probably. Are you going? And she's like, I think so. And, like, she gets all mad and leaves, and then he's at the party, like, 2 seconds later. And, like, there's, like, some, like, interesting, Messenger's wife is asking Seth where he's from, and he goes up. And that's all he says, and then Messenger's like, up north. He's from Canada. He's sitting with this kid, and the wife takes a picture of him with a Polaroid camera, sits the photo down on the table, and then Maggie picks it up, and
this is straight out of the trailer. Yeah.
It's just like a blinding bright white light where Seth should be. And then, like, after all this, she takes him back to her place after the party.
Oh, yeah, she's still trying. I mean, this guy's got a vibe. Like, you gotta admit it. Like, he's creepy as hell, but, like, his just general aura is that of, like, Percocet and a half a glass of wine. Like, you just feel numb and happy around him, is what I'm getting.
They go back to her place, and she, like, throws him a head of lettuce and, like, gives him a giant knife, which you don't give this guy, like, because he's creepy.
And from Canada.
And he might be a drummer. Is he Neil Peart? But he starts, like, chopping this head of lettuce and runs the knife, like, right across his thumb, and nothing happens. And she sees this. And she's like, give me the knife. And she takes it and she cuts his palm, and he freaks out and, like, grabs it and wraps it up. And she's like, give me your hand. And she takes the paper towel off, and there's nothing. She's like, I cut you. I saw it. Like, what is going on here?
Didn't you ever see Wolverine? Us Canadians, we heal super quick.
And he tells her that he's not human, and he explains to her what he is, and that he's an angel, and, you know, tells her everything. And she says, why are you doing this? And he says, because I'm in love with you. And she's just like, you need to leave now. Like, get out. Like, this is too much. Like, the fact that you've been, like, basically stalking me the entire time, and everywhere I am, that's not creepy. But now that I know you're an angel, you got to get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, now that all this makes sense, please leave.
Yeah. Then there's, like, a sad montage of them just being sad.
Thank you. So eloquently put.
I don't know. Like, there's a scene of him and Andre Braugher sitting on, like, an airplane wing. Not while it's flying. It's just in a hangar. Like, they just like to sit in unconventional places. There's her, like, looking longingly out windows. He's in a bar smoking at one point.
Yeah, well, like
trying
rules.
out cigarettes.
Yeah, the rules are just like,
well, because Dennis Franz smoked. Because, like, as soon as Dennis Franz became human, he wanted to, like, basically be a glutton. Like, he's eating everything. He's, like, taking up smoking. Yeah. He drinks. Like, he's like, I'm going to enjoy all the good shit. So I think he's smoking because he saw him smoke. And all this set to Sarah McLachlan's In the Arms of an Angel. Before that song was about dogs dying. It was about the love between an angel and a woman. She's in her house, and, like, a ball bounces down the stairs, and the dog starts, like, barking, and she's asking, like, Seth, are you here? She goes up into her room, and he's, like, right behind her in her bedroom. She doesn't flinch at all. Would have freaked me the fuck out. Walks up behind her, like, starts touching her shoulders. And she's like, I want to see you. And she turns around, and he won't make himself visible to her because she kind of, like, just stares off blankly. And then she crawls into bed, and she's like, can you just stay until I fall asleep? And he crawls in bed next to her and spoons her. And then she wakes up at, like, a normal hour, like 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, rather than 3 a.m.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, shit. Like, I actually slept the whole night through. She has, like, this revelation, so she runs back to bikes back to the hospital.
Like a fucking mad woman.
Like a mad woman. And she runs in and
Second time I wrote, she's definitely going to die on this bike.
She runs into the baby part of the hospital, and she finds Anne, the nurse, and she's like, is the baby sleeping? Like, is the dumpster baby been able to sleep? And she's like, I don't know. So they check at the baby's nose, and it has some kind of blockage. So they do surgery on the baby, and they fix the baby. Now dumpster baby can get a good night's rest.
Yep.
Doesn't cry anymore.
A little bit good sleep, and you can just doctor the hell out of that situation.
Dr. Boyfriend comes in after the surgery while she's, like, in the locker room, like, coming down from the surgery. And he asks her to marry him. And he says, you know, we can finally go to Tahoe for the weekend. We can figure some things out.
It's funny. So this is the third time that he brings up going to Tahoe.
Yeah.
And the second time he brings up that it's not his place in Tahoe. It's her family's place.
Yeah.
And all I can think is this guy fucking marrying her so that he has a Tahoe lake house?
He really wants to go to Tahoe. Because he's like, let's get married. Then we can finally go to Tahoe.
I'm serious. He's in 4 scenes. 3 of them, he's trying to get her to go to Tahoe.
But he said, he's like, we belong together. We're the same species.
It's like an I think you should leave sketch.
And he's like, you know, I'm not good at matters of the heart. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like, you suck at this. We're the same species. We should be together. Then she goes to Messenger. And, like, I don't know why none of this made any sense. Because she's talking to him like she knows that he's an angel or that he knows Seth is an angel. Which at this point she doesn't, but she's just laying it all out there for him. She's like, I don't understand a God that would let us meet but not let us be together. And he's like, didn't he tell you? And she's like, no, you tell me. And he tells her, like, he can fall from Earth and become human. I know because I did it. So now she knows like everybody's a fucking angel.
No, pass those marbles.
Yeah. She goes to the library and she's looking for him. Finally finds him. After he like kind of creepily is with her the entire time but won't make himself visible. Then he finally does. So he's waiting for the right moment. And she tells him, she's like, I'm, Dr. Boyfriend asked me to marry him. Like, we're the same people. We understand each other's schedules. We're both doctors. Like, I'm going to go to Tahoe and think about it. I don't want to see you anymore. And then he yeets himself off a skyscraper.
Yeah, he does.
So he there's this scene of him just standing on top of this giant building.
Basically shot for shot out of the Matrix.
Yeah.
Just a guy in a black trench coat jumping off of a building.
Yeah, and he just fucking sends it. And then we get to see like some, like these black and white memories and like some memories of her that he's seen like recently. And then he wakes up. He didn't make it all the way to the ground. He like landed on like a protruding part of the skyscraper with like, they were still doing construction.
Yeah, he's still pretty beat up, as if he fell from a great height.
Oh, he did. I mean, they showed him. He fell pretty far. He didn't make it all the way to street level, which would have been hard to explain away if anybody saw that. Or like, but he's got like some minor bumps and bruises. Like he's got a split lip and his hand's bleeding a little bit, but he doesn't look like he fell off a skyscraper.
Yeah.
And all the construction workers are like yelling at him, like, to wake up and get out. They just think he's on drugs. And he's acting like...
Did you see who the one construction worker was?
No.
White guy on the left?
Who was that?
Nick Offerman.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't even in any other Nicolas Cage movies. I just thought it was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, it was Nick Offerman.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to go back and watch it.
And he probably wasn't actually even an actor. He was just there that day.
He was actually doing construction.
He's building shit.
Yeah. But they're all like yelling at him to get up and get out of there, and he's acting pretty crazy. Like he's like, "Am I bleeding? Am I alive?" Like they're like, "You are on drugs, sir. Like please get off our construction site." And they're like, "Don't you got somewhere to go?" And he's like, "Maggie," and he runs away.
He's like, "It's Maggie, your dealer?"
Yeah, he's like walking through the streets, and he's all happy. He's singing, he's dancing, and he's like asking people how to get to the hospital because before he could just think of a place and be there. Now he doesn't know how to get around town because he has to actually walk there and take streets.
And this is full Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
he's dancing in the streets. Yeah. He's yelling at nothings.
Yeah.
Singing odd songs that, like, I don't know how he even knows these songs.
Yeah. Oh, the one song he's singing, Black Magic, that was playing at the party.
Oh.
It's playing in the background at, like, Messenger's party when they're there.
That makes sense then. Yeah.
But then he sees an ambulance drive by, and he's like, "I'm just going to chase this ambulance."
Fuck yeah, why not?
And it is. I did like this scene because he asks, there's this group of Chinese women walking, and he asks them for directions, and the one woman speaks him in Chinese, and he doesn't understand her because now that he's human, he only speaks one language. Because before he could speak everything, he was like multilingual. That's true.
She knocks the Mandarin out at him, and he's just like, "Huh?"
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, but he chases an ambulance. He runs in like a crazy person to the front desk, and everyone else can see this man's a crazy person because he's like, "Where's Maggie?" And they're like, "We're not going to give you that information, sir. Yeah, like you are out of control." And
you know her friend Anne there?
Who
you know who that is?
No, who's Anne?
Her name's Robin Bartlett. She was Barbara in Moonstruck.
Really?
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm trying to look. I can't put Nicolas Cage into this movie, so I might as well just shit on your part of it too.
Thank you.
Try to figure out how you're going to connect them.
I mean, I still can. Anne from the baby unit comes out, and he's like, "Anne." And she's never met this guy before. He only knows her name is Anne because he's been watching them invisibly. So this kind of like throws her off, but she takes him into like...
But now he does not have the angelic demeanor.
No,
he's just wild-eyed Nicolas Cage, covered in blood, like yelling at a woman.
Yeah. But she's like, okay, this man needs some help. So she takes him into a hospital room, and she's cleaning up his lip, and she stitches up his hand. And I really need help finding Maggie. Like, I have to find her. And she goes, "What happened to you? Did you fall?" And he goes, "I fell in love."
I'm sorry.
I laugh, too. And this is all it takes for her to be like, you know what? Her family has a cabin up in Tahoe. She's staying there for the weekend. Like, you may have just killed this woman. Because, like, this guy is clearly a crazy vagrant. But he had one smooth line, and she was like, "Oh, you know what? It's love? All right." And I'm like, this guy couldn't even find the hospital. How the fuck is he going to find Tahoe? So he walks out, and he tries to get on a bus, but he needs money. So he's standing outside the bus station. Then this car pulls up with like 4 guys, and they call him over.
What the fuck was this?
They call him over, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" He walks over to the window. They all jump out, jump his ass, and steal his shoes, and then just drive off.
This movie went from Meet Joe Black to like 76 A Star Is Born in one scene. Like he jumps off of that roof, and then it just goes haywire. Like it is kind of nuts from here on out, right?
Yeah. They take his shoes. So then he's like sitting outside on a train bench, or a bus station bench in the rain with no shoes on. And he's calling for Cassiel, like asking if he's there, and he doesn't get any answer. And then like a big rig pulls up, and this guy leans over and he's like, "Where are you going, buddy?" And he goes, "Tahoe." And the guy goes, "Reno." And he goes, "No, Tahoe." And there's like this fucking Abbott and Costello back and forth. And he's like, no, I'm going to Reno. Like, get in. We'll figure it out when we get there.
I really just need a hand job, so get in my truck. I'm going to throw this Goo Goo Dolls song on.
Yeah, so he takes him to Reno, but then we get like this, the Goo Goo Dolls song finally plays.
Of all the romantic parts of this movie, it's when he gets into the truck.
Yeah.
Like, it's him in some weird trucker, and all I could picture was, have you ever seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
The Carrie Fisher scene.
No, the scene with, who's the comedian? That when they're getting in the truck and he's like, the rules of the road.
Oh, yeah. Is it George Carlin?
George Carlin. Yeah. And, like, he's basically insinuating when you get, a truck ride, you got to give a little.
Yeah, you got to put out.
So throw on that Goo Goo Dolls and get romantic.
Nicolas Cage, and they're just like, I've never felt any of this before. What is this? But then we see that Cassiel was sitting on the bench, like, next to him, and, like, he's the reason the truck driver stopped. Like he helped him out. So he gets to Reno, and then he sees a phone book like swinging on a payphone, and then we cut right to Maggie's cabin, and there's like a knock, not even a knock at the door. Like he doesn't knock, he doesn't know how to knock. I guess the dog is just barking at the door. So she goes and answers the door, and somehow with a phone book, he figured out how to get to Reno, which is like I had to look this up. Oh no, from Reno to Tahoe, it's a 51-minute drive.
Okay.
So, like, he had no shoes and used a phone book and apparently walked there. But which makes sense because he's, like, basically fall down exhausted at this point. Like, next scene is him, like, laying on the floor, passed out in this cabin, covered up, her laying next to him, like, her kind of, like, looking over his wounds. He comes to and he asks if he's too late. And she tells him, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't marry Dr. Boyfriend because I'm in love with you. And he touches her face and he was like, I feel you. And then they have sex. And this is like the weirdest. They're like sitting upright and she is on top of him, like clearly having sex.
Yeah.
And she goes, do you feel that? And he's like, I do. And she's like, describe it to me. So like.
I tried to remember what it was like to have my very first erection. And I'm like, that had to be just absolutely terrifying to him.
He goes, warm? And she goes, and aching?
Yes.
And like she's basically just asking him to describe her vagina to her. It's just very strange.
I'm telling you, this movie goes off the rails. Like at a very distinct part.
Yeah. And then next morning, they're sitting out by the lake and he tells her like, whenever I would escort people off the earth, I'd ask them what they like best and I'd put it in my book. And he goes, this is what I like best. This right here, just sitting together. And she's like, we've got our whole lives together. This isn't going to be like the only thing. Bum, bum, bum. Then he gets a shower and he seems to love the shower. I'm thinking like, now this is what he likes best. Like he likes everything. And we
see full frontal Nic Cage.
I think there was like a cup of some kind. It was very
rounded. No, there's some space between that thing and his leg.
Oh, really? It looked like he was wearing a cup of some kind.
Either that or he's wearing like a prosthetic. But there's some dong a dangling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if he was near a lake, a fish would have jumped up and bit it.
Jesus.
I'm getting excited, man. I've had a lot of caffeine.
She takes a bike ride to the store because she's making breakfast for him. And I guess she needs something. So she runs to the store. And then we get this scene of her. She's riding back.
Can you read this is some very unsafe bike riding.
It's very unsafe bike riding.
That's the third note that I have on there. I'm like, and did not see where this was going. Did not call this.
I didn't either. She's riding like on this big like open country road back to the cabin. And she is taking her hands off the bike handles, arms spread wide, eyes closed, head back. And I'm like, is she about to get hit by a car or something? Like, is she going to get like unalived by a truck? And then she stops doing that and she keeps riding. I'm like, oh, okay. She's just enjoying life. Like, she's just feeling free, feeling good. Then, like, she's still riding her bike and you see ahead of her, like, this truck is, like, backing out very slowly out of, like, the driveway into the street. And she's not riding her bike very fast either.
Anybody paying normal attention to the road while they're riding their bike.
Yeah. But so I'm watching this and the truck, like, backs out. It's in the road now. She has her eyes closed again, which is stupid. But then she opens them and she sees it. And it seems like she comes to a stop. But the truck is like one of those big trucks that has all the logs attached to it.
Yes.
And I was like, they're about to Final Destination her ass.
What's it say right under that? Oh shit, she got Final Destination.
Yeah. I was like, she's going to get crushed by a log of some kind. And then, like, you see Nicolas Cage back at the cabin and he is like mimicking her. Like when she has her arms spread wide on the bike, like he is too. Like he has like some kind of weird connection with her, even though he's not an angel anymore.
No rules.
So as soon as like we see the log truck and her eyes kind of get wide and it cuts to black, like he freaks out. And he just runs through the woods. Like he can find her. Like he runs to her. And we get there and she's laying on the side of the road. A log didn't fall off the truck. So all she did was like sideswipe a truck that wasn't even moving on a bicycle.
Hey, brain damage is real, man. I've been trying to tell you this whole episode.
She wasn't going that fast. Like, I don't think this would kill a person. But she is laying on the ground like the driver has taken off and ran to get help. So it's just her and Nicolas Cage.
That's what he told her.
Yeah, right?
It's like, fuck this. I just fell to earth 30 minutes ago. I've already killed a woman. I'm out of here.
Yeah. But he's telling her, he's like, look at me, look in my eyes. Don't go anywhere. You're not going anywhere. And she says, when they ask me what I like the best, I'll tell them it was you. Like when I get there, when the angel takes me. And then she's just dead.
Yeah. Honestly, even with all the terrible bike riding, I did not see it coming.
Here, I'm going to let you read my notes. What's that one? What's that top one say?
She's dead. Fuck this movie.
Yeah. I was so fucking upset.
My very last note is WTF.
But then there's a funeral. And he's like the main focal point at this funeral. Like, he is just there. And you gotta think, like, everybody is just like, who the fuck is this guy? Because no one's seen him until just now. Like, Dr. Boyfriend's probably there.
That's true.
Just wondering who this guy is.
It's raining. He's the only person without an umbrella. That's how you know he's really sad.
Yeah, the messengers have, like, a weird after-funeral party.
Yep.
It looks like a pretty happening event, just like the other one. He goes to the grocery store, like, where they went produce shopping, and buys all the pears. Like, he just starts, like, grabbing pears frantically and filling a basket.
Picture in your head, just wide-eyed, wild Nic Cage putting pears into a basket.
Yeah.
And every time he puts a pear in, you think, that's the last one he's going to put in there.
Yeah, no.
This scene goes for a while.
He's back, and somehow, like, apparently he gets her cabin and her dog after she dies, because he's just hanging out at the cabin.
You're totally
at her house, her apartment. He's at her place.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have a place. That. He's at her place. Cassiel visits him, and he goes, he says, like, why would this happen? I don't understand. Like, did God do this? And he's like, no, that's not how this works. You know that. And he asks if he's being punished, and he's like, no. He's like, this is just life.
Shitty luck.
Yeah, like, you're alive now. Like, you got to deal with this stuff. And then he asks him if it was worth it, and he tells her, he's like, he tells Cassiel, I would have taken, one breath of her hair, one kiss of her lips, one touch of her hand, than an eternity without it. So yeah, it was all worth it. Seth goes to the Sunrise Beach Angel Party, and he runs into the ocean. And I thought he was going to unalive himself. Like, I thought he was like...
You thought, oh yeah.
I thought he was going to walk out into the ocean and never come back. But no, he swims and has like a really good time. And then he emerges from the water like one of those dinosaurs in Jurassic Park where he just like shoots up out. And then we just cut to credits.
Yeah, that was it.
That's the movie.
This movie was so serious until it just suddenly wasn't.
Yeah, I don't. It was. I'll tell you what. We'll get into our grand gestures here. I would have, and this could have easily been like the dick flick for me, but this, I would have taken a whole movie of just him becoming a human and then experiencing everything, and just like seeing how that plays out. Because, like I said, you've got no like. At least before, you could live in the library because no one could see you. Like, what are you going to do now?
Yeah.
You've got no social security card. You've got no home address.
How does a person that just like blips into existence be a person.
And you've never felt or experienced anything before. Like, what's the first time, like, you have to go to the bathroom, like, for an angel that just became human?
Yeah.
Probably freaking the fuck out.
That's what I said. Like, he just got his first erection. Like, that would have blown my mind. I'd have been like, what is happening down here?
But yeah, like the whole
3 days ago, smooth as a Ken doll.
Yeah.
Didn't even have that.
Yeah, now it's a whole new world. The other thing I have, because you like to point out who all these people were, did you notice or did you see in your research?
Fuck, was there one I missed?
Well, this one's pretty big, and I couldn't find a reason why for the life of me. When he's in the bar smoking in that real quick scene,
Yeah.
there's a guy sitting next to him also smoking a cigarette. That's Michael Mann, the guy that directed Heat.
Really?
Yeah, and like a lot of other great movies.
I did not
like
even catch
Last
that.
of the Mohicans, Collateral, again, the Miami Vice movie, like all this stuff. Like, yeah, he's just in the movie randomly. Like, I feel like Michael Mann was just at a bar smoking, and they shot the scene. And like didn't know it was him until after the fact. But like it was very random, and I couldn't, because usually you'll find a thing where like, oh, you know, he was a friend with the directors, and he was in town for like shooting something else, and they were like, hey, do you want to make a quick stop and be in the movie? Nothing. Nothing. I just like to think that Michael Mann was just out one night having a beer and a smoke, and
they guerrilla filmed him.
yeah.
It could have been a green screen.
He looks to his right. He's like, aren't you Nicolas Cage? And for all the green screen, like, bullshit that they did to put these angels on top of random things, like the Hollywood sign, that Marlboro Man sign, like on top of skyscrapers, the scene where Dennis Franz and Nicolas Cage are sitting on top of that skyscraper scaffolding, like really high up in the air.
Yeah.
Real.
Really?
They actually found a place for them to sit, and they were both terrified of heights, but they put them up there. What do you got?
So, really, the only thing I was thinking about is, like, is this movie influential to other movies?
This
Like-
movie is actually, and I don't know if you know this, a remake of a German movie.
I did see something about that. I didn't read too far into it, but I mean, like, when you think about it, like, it has a lot of vibes with Meet Joe Black, which came out, like, right around the same time.
Oh, yeah.
The Matrix. Like, yeah, you could, I know you
Aesthetically,
thought
yes.
about The Matrix
Oh, yeah.
multiple times while watching this,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's weird the way that it just kind of felt like it vibed a lot of other movies.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine that anybody was sitting back going, I want it to be just like that City of Angels movie, you know?
No,
It's very odd that it's probably more of a coincidence. But yeah, I thought about it a lot while I was watching this. There was a couple other movies I can't think of now that I was just like, oh shit, like that's just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Let's chick flick it to a dick flick it.
I want you to go first.
All right. So I kind of have two. One is like super easy, but I think it would just be great. Like, do you know, like biblically speaking, that angels are actually like terrifying?
Oh yeah.
Like it's just like thousand eyes, and like you couldn't even like look at them.
Yeah.
I just want to replace Nicolas Cage with like this horrible fucking beast. The whole movie.
Like an actual seraphim, like with the many wings and horns sticking out. And all that.
Just like this abomination. And like, but she still falls in love with it anyway. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because that's what I was thinking the entire movie anyway. The other one, which I've kind of used this idea before, but I like the idea that this is all in his head. And he's not actually an angel. He just believes he is. And he's really just a creepy stalker. And like the other angels are all like figments of imagination. And then the movie ends with him like jumping off a building and then just splattering into like a million pieces. And then Meg Ryan gets to live.
So like this, the whole end of this movie is basically like his Jacob's Ladder fever dream as he's going toward the ground.
Yeah, he hits the ground, splat, roll credits. And like to the goo-goo. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and then
that's
Meg Ryan
great.
doesn't have to die. Because, well, I still don't necessarily get it. I liked her a lot more in this than I liked her in You've Got Mail. I don't know
really?
why. I just thought her performance was better. I thought she was
Oh yeah, I mean by this point she was like,
more
way established.
Yeah, like I did like her in this. But I'm still not aboard the hype train.
No?
No.
Oh man,
Everybody's like America's sweetheart, Meg Ryan. And I'm like, nah, she's just...
I definitely like her more than Julia Roberts, I think.
Well, yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Don't let her hear you say that, though.
She's here.
She's in the walls.
Somewhere. Yeah. You kind of already had mine a little bit. This is Nic Cage's origin story. I mean, the man is an angel on earth. We all know this.
Yeah.
But like, this is what happens is he's an angel. He falls in love with a woman. He decides to jump to Earth and be human. He goes a little kooky.
Yeah.
She dies. And there's a big point in this where she asks him what his name is.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, he's just staring behind her and he goes, Plate? Seth Plate?
Mm-hmm.
And like at some point he's like, oh, that's not a great name. I should pick a different name. Like, this Coppola guy's really famous. And then he's like, you know what? Nicolas Cage. And he just moves to Hollywood and starts angel acting.
Okay. I almost thought this would be a great prequel to Face Off because he kind of starts turning into Castor Troy at the end of this movie, and it's set in L.A.
Bit, yeah.
It's set in L.A. Like, this is what drove him mad.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. Well, are we going to try to Nicolas Cage this thing? Like, I have one. I can connect him to someone else in this movie.
I mean, I've connected to about 10 different people, but the only other thing I've had is just make every angel Nicolas Cage.
Yes, that's okay, good.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say if you didn't have one.
Them,
yeah.
Except for Andre Braugher, just stands out for some reason.
Yeah. I would even replace him and just have him talking to himself. Like, every angel looks like Nicolas Cage.
So it's even more Matrix-y, where it's just a million neons in one
it's
spot.
Just a room full of Nicolas Cage giving people creepy back rubs.
I love it.
Yeah. I just went with Dennis Franz because I thought he was great in this. I loved him in this. He's my favorite character probably out of the whole movie. Dennis Franz famously was in NYPD Blue.
Yes.
With David Caruso.
Oh, okay.
David Caruso in the movie Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage.
Love it.
Yeah, that was pretty quick and easy. I mean, I could have just connected Dennis Franz and Nicolas Cage because they're in the same fucking movie.
I think I had one more. Her friend, Doctor.
And you said that already.
No. One in the operating room. Nigel Gibbs is also Detective Holt from Matchstick Men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They just kept going. You know how much cross-reference? Probably longer than I watched the movie.
Yeah.
I cross-referenced this cast. Because first I went on ChatGPT and asked it to do it for me, and it just was like, nah. This is the question that starts the AI revolution.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I had a bunch of those.
All right, well, let's rate it.
I'm going to say 3.75. I was going to say 3.5, but I'm going a little higher.
Okay.
1 for Nicolas Cage, 2 because it goes off the fucking rails at some point.
It does.
Which I love. I love a movie that just makes me go, what were they thinking? In a fun way.
Yeah.
You know, not like a Mickey Rooney sort of way.
Right.
I mean, I believe the love. The 2 main stars are, I mean, you can't beat them as far as movies go. Dennis Franz, gotta love him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 3.75.
Okay. I'm gonna vote with my heart and not my head and say 3.5.
There you go.
If this movie didn't have Nicolas Cage in it, I'd probably shit all over it.
That's okay.
It's
all right. Look, man, if there's ever a time to just go with your heart.
This movie just didn't make any fucking sense. And like I said, like you said, you believed the love. I didn't. Like, there was no way she was in love with him. I don't know what she was with him. It was weird. Like, he is so creepy in this. Any real world situation, you would turn and fucking run from this guy.
Yeah.
Because he is just everywhere. Like, so like, I didn't like the love story at all. I don't know why she was even interested in him. He was just using his magic angel powers, I guess. I don't know.
That is true. Is that a little bit of like a cheat?
Yeah, and it's
you
like
basically
you said,
make people calm and sedated and happy around you. So,
and it's like you said, like this movie. I feel like this movie didn't know what it wanted to be, like because it was very serious. It's a little sappy, but it's like a romance and like a drama. And then as soon as he becomes human, it almost becomes like a comedy. Like,
yeah,
like I said, I would watch, like, give me that movie where he's just becoming, or just became human and is figuring things out for like an hour and a half. Like, I felt like if that would have happened sooner in the movie, I might have liked it more.
I'm pretty sure that's the plot of the John Travolta movie, Michael.
Well, he stays an angel.
Oh.
But he's just on Earth, like, hanging out with people, like, learning, like, what humans like.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, Dennis Franz is great. Like, I did enjoy Meg Ryan's performance. I like Nicolas Cage's performance. I just didn't. It didn't make any sense. Like, it just. I don't know. Like, I really think if it wasn't Nicolas Cage, it'd give it a way lower score.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm not above admitting that.
Yeah, yeah, no. But yeah, I think that's it for me. Like, it's a fucking weird movie. Like, and then like to kill her off at the end like that, that's just fucking cheap. Like. There was no need for that.
That sucked.
Yeah, like, it was just somebody's like, you know what'll really just let's give him one more time to cry. Like, you start the movie out with like a child death, and in the end you kill off Meg Ryan for no reason. And
they could have done like the ET
in the stupidest
thing.
way possible too. Like, there was no way that killed her. Like, it looked so dumb.
They should have done like an ET thing where like that's how he loses his angel's powers, keeping her alive.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know. They should have.
But he didn't want to be an angel, or maybe he would have had to go back to being an angel if he brought her back to life, because then he would have lost her.
There you go.
But yeah, it would have been more convincing if like he would have rolled up and she would have been like under a log, like half of her under a log, like. But just her like laying there after like gently crashing her bike into the side of a truck was just so dumb to me.
Traumatic brain injury, man.
Her brain was fine. She was talking. She was great. Man, that's it. 3.5.
So
Nicolas Cage alone and that sweet, sweet Dennis Franz ass.
Fucking A, man. Now, I got great news for you before we go into the next part of this.
Lay it on me.
Actually, two things. Let's do some housekeeping.
Okay.
First thing is, if you're listening to this, go to the Pittsburgh City Paper website and vote for us for Best Podcasts.
Yeah.
I doubt they're really looking at where they're from, so Germany, this is on you.
Yeah.
Like Germany, Pittsburgh City Paper, they have a Best of Pittsburgh. We're on there.
Yeah, anyone can vote. We're on the ballot. So, yeah. We did throw a link up on the Facebook page, so if you can't find it, you can find us on Facebook and vote through there.
Yeah. This is the time. You're never going to speak up, so just hit us with some love with that little vote button.
Yeah. Das vote.
Second thing is, before we go and roll a movie, we're not going to roll a movie this week.
We aren't?
Because our podcasting hosting website has come out with a new uploading AI that is able to clean bad audio.
Yes.
So a few months ago, we lost an episode, if you remember, Lady Chatterley's Lover.
I was devastated that we lost that.
Because it was a very good episode.
It's a great episode, and it's got our friend Susie on it, who we love.
Yes. I was able to put this into this new little AI bot here, and it cleaned it up, and it is usable.
Beautiful.
So next week, we're going to do a lost episode. I mean, we've done lost episodes, we've done future episodes. I'm really thinking about putting together a best of.
Oh.
Where it's just us ending the podcast.
Just the best dick fart and hand job jokes from 80-some episodes.
Yeah, so if you want to hear us talk about just extremely long sex scenes.
Oh, this is like a softcore pornography.
Yeah, that's all I remember about this.
Classy. It's a period piece.
That's coming next week. So me and you get to take a little bit of a week off.
Yeah.
And then we're going to, you know what? Maybe we should roll a movie for the week after.
We should. Yes, that would make sense. You actually still have the list because I am an irresponsible adult.
Oh, you're killing me.
And I haven't put it on my new phone yet.
All right. So on our list, we're up to 181 movies.
Okay.
And our next movie after Lady Chatterley's Lover will be number 173.
Oh, that's high. I always worry about the high ones because that's usually scraping the bottom of the barrel at that point.
Oh, that's off of our new list of movies.
Oh.
So Reddit gave us a lot of movies.
So this could be good.
Mystic Pizza.
Okay. I've heard of that.
I think this might be Julia Roberts again.
Oh, see? I told you she was listening.
She knows how to nudge it. Kind of like an angel, just nudging things into the right direction.
Let me see what I can find out about this movie. It's definitely Julia Roberts. Annabeth Gish. Matt Damon?
No way.
Yeah.
Does that mean we might get a Ben Affleck?
I don't know. Mystic Pizza charts the lives and loves of 3 unforgettable waitresses in a little town called Mystic. Oh, I feel like is this going to be one of those intertwined, different love stories together? I feel like it could be.
We haven't had one in a while.
1988. This was an older one.
Oh, wow.
By our standards. So.
Well, the people on Reddit swear by it.
All right. Well, everyone, until next week when we discuss... No, I'm sorry. Next week is Lady Chatterley. The week after that will be Mystic Pizza. Please like us, subscribe to us, follow us wherever you get your podcasts.
Vote for us.
Yeah, please vote for us. Pittsburgh City Paper Best of. There's a lot of different categories. You don't have to vote for all of them if you're not local and you don't know where the best slice of pizza in Pittsburgh is. Just vote for the podcasting, and we would.
We're on the best podcast.
Yeah,
category.
we would greatly appreciate it. Send us an email, you've.gotmails@yahoo.com, and follow us on Facebook. You can also send us messages on there. But most importantly, you get that sweet, sweet meme CJ's cooking up every week. He's like a meme angel.
Nope.
No.
Nah.
All right.
Nah.
Well, anyhow, Until next time, everybody, stay romantic. Don't be shitty to each other.
And you don't want the world to leave you.
In the arms of
Oh, God.
an angel. Try not to cry. I dare you.